Hi there, in this video we're going to look at going straight to Media Encoder, going around Premiere Pro, not even having it open. I'll show you how to just kind of do small edits using Media Encoder, and I'll show you how to join footage using Media Encoder. All right, let's get started. Now for basic edits, you can actually just use Media Encoder straight without Premiere Pro, rather than like dumping them into a sequence and then bringing them into here just to do simple trims or re-encoding. So I do this very often, like especially for my exercise files here. Let's say I want to grab all of these, okay, and I need to add a watermark or make them really small. I can just drag them straight into Media Encoder. You can do basic edits, okay? Remember, you can do it with the endpoint, and over here you can either drag them or you can click on this. Your I and your O works in here for in and out points as well. It might be that you need to just remove the audio. Okay, there's a lot of things you can just drag straight in here. You don't have to use, I do a lot of dragging and drop from my Finder or the windows. Okay, you can use your media browser. It's the same. Look, media browser. Oh, I've got Premiere Pro closed, so I can't show you, but remember we did the media browser earlier in the course. It's the same thing up here. They're not connected, like the favorites don't come along. Okay, but over here, remember with the media browser, you often end up in here and you're like, oh, the wasteland of the back end of your operating system. If you go up the top here and say local drives, actually no, that's the default, go to home directory, okay, and you end up at a nicer spot, okay? And in my case, I do a lot of my work in Dropbox, okay, and I can say, actually, I want to add this episode here, right click it to my favorites, okay, because I need to do a lot of work in here. Then under that logo, I can switch to list view and I can start looking at my raw files, okay, and I can actually start maybe re-encoding these, making changes, dumping them into here. Not much different from what I was doing dragging this way, except you get all the benefits of being able to kind of do that previewing stuff, so we can actually see things using this, especially if there are maybe file formats that your Finder, okay, can't process very well. Same benefits of using the media browser in Premiere Pro. Another feature of Media Encoder allows you to join footage. So I'm going to get rid of this. Let's say that you want to grab these ones, and watch this. When I drag them over, you get the option down here. If you just drag them normally, you'll end up with add separate sources like we just did. Can you see this option over here? So stitch them together. So this will actually make them one big long video. Okay, so we can go, you see those are the sources. Okay, you can reorder them. Okay, if you want to make sure that one's first and this one, it might be a bunch of B-roll that you need to kind of send out as one format for somebody to watch. And what you might do is add that time code. Okay, so remember under effects, and scroll down to find time code overlay. Okay, and at least now that they can go through and say, yes, no, at this many minutes, this is the one we want to use. I don't use it very often. It's a feature. You might find a really good use for it. If you do, let us know in the comments, because it seems cool when I discovered it, but I haven't found a really good use case for it. But let me know what you're doing and how it might help. There is a longer way. If you're not into that whole dragging and dropping thing, you can actually do it via either right-clicking them here, okay, and stitch them together. But if you're not using the media browser, okay, you can, when you add sources, you can hit plus. You can grab a bunch of these things. Let's say we're going to join all these up for some reason. Okay, where it says options, you can say stitch them together. Okay, does the same thing. All right, that is going straight to Media Encoder. I go straight to it all the time to do simple edits, to make smaller sizes, to add watermarks. We'll do watermarks in a video coming up. Heck, let's do it next because I've mentioned it. Amazing for bulk edits. Combining it with your presets, you can be a Media Encoder superstar. All right, on to the next video.